What's going on, guys? It's Riot with Riot Tech, and today we have a review on the G Pro Superlight 2. Now, I know this mouse has been out for a while, but I did want to take some extra time to spend on this mouse, specifically when it came to the switches, and it's definitely something that I want to talk about today, so let's get into it. So let's get straight to the point. The Superlight 2 is essentially the original Superlight with optical switches and a better sensor. The quality, shape, and coating are exactly the same. That's the same high quality mouse, the same shape, and the same slippery coating that I'm not a huge fan of. I usually don't use grip tape for the mouse buttons, but I prefer it on this Superlight because I feel like the coating on this mouse is really slippery. And I know some people have mentioned the paint coming off fairly quickly on a few copies. I haven't noticed that on mine yet. Hopefully that's not the case. But I did just want to mention that. Also, as a note, the grip tape provided with this mouse is atrocious. And it has literally no grip whatsoever. I am using the BTL on the original, and I have super grip on my Pulsar. You could tell, obviously super grip is called super grip for a reason, but I'm trying really hard to move my finger down on this. Like, it literally has nothing. It's just like a little bit of, maybe you could call it like a different coating on the side, but this isn't very good grip tape. So I just wanted to mention that really quick. But before I get into the primary changes, I wanted to talk about the most unnecessary one, and that's the skates. The original skates didn't feel good at all. I tried 10, 11, 12, I don't even know. I tried multiple different mouse pads, control pads, speed pads, hybrid pads. Anything I used didn't matter. The skates just felt really slow, and the glide wasn't enjoyable at all. One of the other unnecessary changes, if you weren't already aware, was the bottom skate. They changed the top on the Superlight 2 to be more straight, and there literally wasn't a reason to do that other than helping aftermarket companies offer another product. No idea why they did that. But first, a quick message from our sponsor. So Tunes, whenever he sent me the Superlight, he did send out the Yanzi Dot skates. They weren't out yet, so shout out to him for sending these to me. These were really fun to play with. These are going to be a faster skate, so they're similar to like the Tiger Ice. I really enjoyed these. I would really love to get a copy and use like the actual physical skates. So I'll probably have that in a video here soon. Obviously, right now I'm using the X-Ray Pad Obsidian skates. And I have the Jades on the original. So I do have that coming out as well. I wanted to kind of compare the two. I will have that in a later video. With that being said, the two biggest changes to this mouse was the sensor and the switches. Personally, for me, I love the sensor implementation on this mouse. It feels extremely good and smooth in the game. But the biggest thing that throws me off is the optical switches. I've tried a couple of different mice lately. I even had a couple that I didn't have a review for. I personally never used the Razer Viper V2 XM1 Wii from Endgame Gear. This one, obviously. So, I've tried a couple of mice, including the glorious Model 02 Pro. All have optical switches. This one feels the most uncomfortable to me. Yes, whenever I originally got it, the switches definitely felt heavier whenever I first got it. Yes, they feel a lot lighter after a few weeks of use, but compared to other optical mice, it just doesn't feel as good to me. They still feel a little heavy whenever I'm playing, and it's not my favorite optical switch. I mean, like I said, I've tried a couple of different mice, and at least in terms of opticals, some feel really good, but this one just doesn't feel as good to me. And honestly, specifically for this mouse, I'm really looking forward to a mod where I can change out the switches sometime soon. The G Pro Superlight 2, maybe 1.5, 1.25, 1.75. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely not a Superlight 2. I mean, it's essentially the original with an upgraded sensor and optical switches. So it doesn't really feel like a second version, but I mean, it has a couple of updates. If we're going to talk about the mouse, this is still a really good mouse. Personally, like I mentioned, the biggest thing that kind of felt off to me is still the switches. Even after using it for a couple weeks, yes, they feel lighter. Yes, they don't feel nearly as heavy as whenever I first got them, but they still kind of feel off to me. But I'm still using it every day. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm still using this. Maybe I might have an update in a couple weeks and say, hey, like I changed my mind. It feels better even after like 3 months of use. I don't know. But we'll see. This is still a really good mouse. If you're looking to buy one, honestly, I would recommend the original. If you're looking for something more budget friendly, and I think at least on Amazon, it's still like 30-40 bucks off, with Black Friday literally right around the corner. I'm assuming the original Superlight's going to be even cheaper. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Specifically, I mean, if you're looking for something with a better sensor, and I mean, especially if you love optical switches, you might love this more than I do. Personally, I mean, we'll see. Like I mentioned, I would love to see some kind of mod where I can change it to a different switch, because if I could do that, I wouldn't use anything else. I mean, it's still a really good mouse. I love the sensor implementation. This is still a really safe shape to use. So with that being said, I mean, it's still a good mouse. If you have any questions in the comment section below, throw them at me. I will be sure to respond as quickly as I can. If you have any questions, and you said if you're planning on getting this, if you have any questions when it comes to the sensor or the optical switches or anything else, feel free to shoot me a message in the comment section below. But with that being said, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.